Hi, I'm Carol Young. Welcome to Community Chest. Community Chest is a program that spotlights nonprofit organizations in the Kingman area. And if you're a nonprofit organization and you would like to appear on one of our shows, contact us at 718-3600. That's 718-3600. Now today our show is going to be on the sounds of Kingman, and I have with me a special guest, Robin Gordon. So stay tuned, don't go away. We'll be right back after these messages. Hi, welcome back to Community Chest. Today our show's on the sounds of Kingman, and I have Robin Gordon with me, and we're going to talk basically about their spring concert series. Thank you for coming, Robin.
Well, thank you very much for having me. This is our third year, which I can hardly believe, and time flies when you're having fun. And I'm really excited to come back and talk to you again. You guys have been great about allowing us to come on your show and let the public know about our concerts down in Metcalf Park. We're getting ready to start our spring concert series with our first concert, which is April the 14th from 2 to 4 p.m. It's a group called Paint Me Rejected. And they're a group we've not had before, so we're anxious to hear them. We think they're going to appeal to a wide variety of people, and they primarily do rock and a little bit of metal. Heavy metal. So we're thinking a younger crowd is going to be attracted, as well as I think it's an opportunity for some of us older folks to hear what the young kids are listening to and playing. And I think it's good that we keep on track with that. And I think it's really good we offer different kinds of music. There's a wide variety of people in the Kingman area that like outdoor music performances, and this is a different genre than we've had before. So. And
it's funny too, because in my time, rock was Elvis and all of those, the Beatles, and then AC/DC for my kids.
Yeah.
And now this. Where are they from?
They're local here from Kingman.
Are they from Kingman?
Yeah, most of the performers that we have are local groups. You'd be really surprised how many local musicians we have. We're really fortunate here in this community. There's a lot of people who enjoy music and enjoy playing as groups. So that was one of the things we wanted to really highlight and give these bands an opportunity to perform, get their name out in the public. And so this is one of the things that we on Sounds of Kingman was one of our goals, was to give some of these performers that may not have an opportunity or a place to perform, an opportunity to perform, get their name out. We have one of the members of our team gives them a publicity package, helps them with their publicity, gives them photos, so that they can kind of take the step from being maybe just a backyard band or a garage band to being a little more professional. So Robert Voigt does that for them.
That's such an opportunity, because a lot of them can't prepare it themselves.
Well, they're great musicians, but they're not great at promoting themselves, and they're not great at putting together a publicity package. And that's one of the things that we offer to the musical groups that perform with us, is we give them that publicity package that they take away with them. Mm-hmm. Great publicity, photos, a CD with all the photos from the concert, as well as photos for them to use for their publicity. So it's something that they would have had to pay for otherwise. So
right. It's a great opportunity.
It's a great opportunity to kind of take that next step for a band.
Now, do you pay the bands?
Absolutely. That's one of the things that when we started with Sounds of Kingman, we felt that it was important that we pay the bands. These people are performers. They're providing a service, and we felt it was really important that they receive pay for the service that they offer. A lot of places expect bands to play for free or for tips, and that's not the way. We felt it was important to say, you are performing, you're providing a service, we should pay you. We're lucky that we have great sponsors that sponsor our concerts, so we can pay the musicians as well as offer the concerts free. The concerts are outdoor concerts, and they're held in Metcalf Park, which is here in downtown Kingman, on the corner of Grandview and Beale. It's a great location for the concerts, a beautiful location with lots of nice trees, and really can encourage people to come out and enjoy a nice afternoon in the park, and to be able to listen to some live music.
It's really a perfect place for bands and live music and gatherings of families. And I'm sure this group will bring in a lot of your younger people to listen to it.
We're hoping that we will be able to attract a younger crowd, because in the past we really haven't had too many groups that really appealed to a younger crowd, and we feel this group is going to appeal to a younger crowd. So we're hoping to get some people at our concert that will not only be able to hear this group, but hear about our whole series, and maybe come back concerts later in the year. So
Okay.
we can talk about those
too.
too.
So tell us the name again and the date that they're going to be playing.
The date is April the 14th from 2 in the afternoon till 4. The name of the band is Paint Me Rejected. And like we said before, we have a great sponsor for this group, a new sponsor to our organization. Nucor Steel is sponsoring this concert. And so this is the first year that they've sponsored a concert for us. So we really appreciate their support and think that this is going to be a really fun event in downtown Kingman. And, you know, we encourage people to bring a picnic lunch, stop and get lunch someplace, and sit in the park and enjoy a nice afternoon.
Bring their lawn chairs.
Bring your lawn chairs, or bring your blankets.
Or whatever.
Yep.
And it's for everybody, not just a certain age.
Absolutely not. Anybody. Traditionally, we have everything from small children to senior citizens at our concerts. So the opportunity for live music for free is just not something that's available many places, and so that's what we're offering.
And it's an informal environment so that they can come and leave. They don't have to come and
stay the whole time. And if they can't come right at 2 o'clock, they could come at 2:30 or 3 o'clock. They could come and go as they please. It's a real informal, so it really does lend itself to people that, you know, maybe don't want to spend 2 hours or can't spend 2 hours or have something else going on, just to come for part of the time. So
and enjoy a few minutes or a half hour,
however long you want to stay. Or can stay and enjoy the park. And the park has a great little playground. Kids can play in the playground while their parents are listening to the concerts. It's just a really great, it's a great facility. We're really lucky to have. It's a wonderful park that really a lot of people don't really realize what's exactly there. It's a great place for picnics. They hold a lot of weddings there. It's really a beautiful little park in our downtown.
And it's really shady too. So.
Right, lots of big shade trees, grass to sit on. It's a lot cooler. Even in the heat of the day, it's a lot cooler.
Okay, all right. Well, Moving on. Next week. The
next concert that we have scheduled is May the 19th. And that's also going to be from 2 to 4 in the afternoon. And that's a group that's returning that's played for us before. Their name is Monkey Business. And they do primarily music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. A little more of what I grew up with anyway. Primarily rock and roll. They've played for us before, and we're really glad to have them back again. That concert's going to be May the 19th, like I said, from 2 to 4. And the sponsor of that group is going to be Mission Bank. And this is the 3rd year Mission Bank has sponsored a concert. So they've been with us since the very beginning, and we're really, really pleased that they continue to support us. Without support of some of the sponsors that we have, we couldn't continue this series. And I want to make sure I talk a little bit about some of the other sponsors we have, and we could do that later.
We will.
But we also, we have a full season scheduled, so I can talk about that now, or?
Well, Monkey Business, they were here before.
Right.
Did they bring in a large crowd? How was the...
We usually have between 150 and 200 people at the concerts. That number fluctuates. Like you said, people do come and go. You get people coming in at the beginning and stay through the whole concert. You get people that come in the beginning and leave halfway through. You get people that come in late and stay. So Monkey Business has a big local following.
Okay.
They're a local group. A lot of these guys have been around for a long time. They have Troy Bennett. He's the lead vocalist and rhythm guitarist. Tony Lopez, he plays the drums and does vocals. Clint Lister, he's the lead guitarist and lead vocals. And then Greg Vanderveer, who plays the bass and vocals. And lastly, Frank Williams, who plays the electric harmonica and does vocals. So you're going to hear a lot of music that, for my generation anyway, and I won't say how old I am because that makes me feel real old. This music from the 60s, 70s, 80s are the music I grew up listening to. And I think a lot of us really enjoy kind of reminiscing about those high school days and maybe college days and some of the music that we heard. So it's a great opportunity to reminisce.
And you'll get a large diversity from this group.
Absolutely.
Because you'll get my age, your age, and the next generations. I listen to the 50s, 60s, 70s.
I love those too. But you know, I'm always surprised when we have these groups that play what I would call classic rock and roll, which is what this really is. A lot of the young kids come out to listen to that. They grew up. They grew up listening to that music too. So these types of concerts, we get a really wide, diverse crowd. So that's a real good thing.
That's great. That's great.
As well as people that follow this band, family, friends, relatives, that kind of thing. So you get a mixture. We also have a website. It's www.soundsofkingman.com. Our concert schedule is always listed on there. And we've become starting to get quite a following. People who have come, this is, like I said, our third year, so people who have come to our concerts in the past, watch that website to see when the concerts are coming. And in fact, we're getting people that are coming from Bullhead City and Golden Valley regularly. I know there's one couple that come up from Bullhead City for every one of our concerts, and they always make a point to come over and tell me, we're coming up from Bullhead again. And at our last concert, they brought some friends with them. So the word is starting to spread about what we're doing, and we're bringing people even from outside the Kingman area, which is a good thing.
It is a very good thing for Kingman.
It's absolutely.
Do you advertise in the other areas, get flyers and things out?
Primarily, we advertise in the Kingman area.
Okay.
That's one of the things that we need to work on as part of our group. We are a group of volunteers, and there's only so many hours in the day that we can work, I guess, is what it comes down to. So that's one of the areas that we need to work on this year, is getting some PSAs out on the local radio stations will help us get the word out further. Things like being on your show here gets the word out to just more than just Kingman, because your show is seen outside of just Kingman.
So your objective is to gradually bring in those other towns.
Right.
So you get 150, 200 attendees now.
I'd love to have 300 or 400 people in the park.
Okay. So how many can the park hold before you need to find another place?
That's something I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I would say with the numbers that we're having now, easily we could hold up to 500.
They can hear it.
Yeah, we could easily accommodate 500 people. I mean, with the size that the park is.
Okay.
One of the things that we've talked about as a group is that we want to expand into more than just musical areas.
Oh, great.
We want to try to get into maybe some small productions like plays. And in fact, this year, we're planning a project that I'm really excited about. The Kingman has been chosen for the Smithsonian Institute to come here in August. They're going to be doing something called Journey Stories. And Josh Noble from the Chamber, who's part of our group, came to our group and said, we would like for you to organize something in conjunction with the Journey Stories. So right now, we're in the process of working with the Humanities Council out of Phoenix. They have a speakers bureau, and they have a lot of speakers that speak about historic events. And in fact, we're working with a lady right now who dresses like a Harvey House girl and comes out and does a presentation about the Harvey House, which I think is something about Kingman's history that a lot of people don't really understand, that we had a Harvey House, and what those girls that came to these small ranching and farming communities really brought to the communities. They brought wives. I mean, a lot of those girls stayed in Kingman, married local ranchers and businessmen, and we're working with the museum. The museum's putting together an exhibit of some of the artifacts they have from the Harvey House. So it's really nice to work on something totally different from music, but still in the area of the arts. And thanks to the cooperation of Josh from the Chamber, from the Visitor Center, and also Shannon from the museum, we're working together as a team to put this together and have it be another event that's different than what we've done before. And
it'll work really good with the Smithsonian coming in. And I'm really glad to see that come. It's a boom for us. And it's in August.
Right, it's in August. And the more things you can have going on in conjunction with that, the more people you can attract to come to see the exhibit, to see the performers, to see what the Journey Stories is all about. And it's an opportunity to see something from the Smithsonian that some of us would have never gotten the opportunity to see if it wasn't coming here to Kingman. So we want to help make that as big an event as it can be.
And we've got several things going on in conjunction with
Absolutely.
that too,
we're just one small piece.
Well, I'm glad you are.
Josh is doing a really great job at trying to have lots of things that work in conjunction with that, so that there's lots of things for people to do. Different types of things.
Well, we're going to take a short break.
All right.
We're going to take a break. Stay tuned. We'll return in just a little bit. Welcome back to Community Chest. I have Robin Gordon with me today, and we're talking about the Sounds of Kingman and their spring concerts. Robin, let's talk a little bit before we get back into the concerts. Your group. Tell me about the group that started this and who's working with you now.
This was a group that was started by myself. Karen Lynn is also one of our committee members. Martha Prumers is one of our committee members. Wendy Dunlap is one of our committee members. We have Robert Voigt, who I talked a little bit about earlier. Robert handles all the publicity. He has a background in music, and he understands what the musicians are looking for, and he's the one that puts together the great publicity package for them. So he's a really valuable member of our team. We also have Cheryl Salfrank. She's the newest member of our team. And I'm forgetting one person. Isn't that terrible? I'll remember later.
Okay.
Isn't that terrible?
You can mention it if you think of it. We can bring it up.
We're really lucky because all the members of our group all work hard, all take a piece of what needs to be done. And because we're all volunteers, it makes it possible for us to continue to do this and offer these concerts for free, which is one of the things that we felt was really important, so that anybody could attend. They didn't have to pay to get into the concert. So that was real important.
When did you start?
We started 4 years ago.
Okay.
We spent the first year organizing, figuring out exactly what we needed to do, how we were going to make this work, who we needed to have on the committee to make it work, and then we've been doing concerts. This is our third year of doing concerts. So that time we spent initially organizing and really figuring out exactly how we were going to do things, putting together a database of musicians in the community. We have a really great list of musicians in the community, so we knew who we could contact to schedule concerts, who was available. Those are resources that really didn't exist in the community, and that was one of the things we worked on that very first year, was putting that information together. Right. Then we were really lucky to have some great sponsors step on board at the very beginning. Desert de Oro Foods, which is our local Taco Bell's,
right,
and also the Dam Bar, have been very instrumental in helping us. They gave us money to help us start up, and they've been a great corporate sponsor for us. Every year they help us and have been helping us every year by giving us money to help pay for some of our operating costs, things like insurance and advertising, things that the money we get from the sponsors for the concerts really doesn't cover. So they've been a great part of of us being able to maintain what we've been doing. Another big helper we've had is, of course, I mentioned earlier, Josh Noble with the Visitor Center. He's a member of our committee, but he helps us with publicity and helps us understand how to get the word out about our concerts, which is really a big help to us. I want to say a special thank you to Daryl Fruworth. He's retired Parks and Rec Director for the City of Kingman. He was very instrumental in getting us started. He helped us figure out what location was going to work best for us, and in fact, the first 2 years that we were in existence, we operated under the Parks and Rec Department. So we were able to use the park at Metcalf Park at no charge. We were able to utilize the city's insurance. And so he helped us get a really good start and gave us a lot of good advice. Doris Lightwine, who's a local artist, she designed our logo for us. So that we're real proud of that and really appreciate the work that she did to put that together. And then lastly, Jeff Jackson with High Tech Pro Solutions. He's designed our website and maintains our website for us. That website is www.soundsofkingman.com. You can go onto that website to find out about future concerts. There's also all kinds of information and pictures from our concerts in the past. So you can see what the concerts were like. You can get an idea of what the bands looked like, what the crowd looked like. He does. Robert does a really good job of giving pictures to Jeff so that Jeff can put that together. So it's a real visual place to look at and see exactly what happens down there. So we're really lucky that we had a lot of people that have helped us, all in different ways, because there's a lot of different things that need to be done to put together this kind of a project.
Well, and your sponsors, they had faith and they knew the need.
Right.
There's a definite need for arts in Kingman, culture in Kingman, and you have filled that void.
Well, I feel really proud of that. I feel really proud that we have a great team, that we have great members of the community, business people that have helped us, not only the people I just named, but individual businesses that sponsor each concert. You know, like I said, I'm excited that Nucor Steel is sponsoring our first concert, our April 14th concert. They're a new sponsor to us. But we've had a lot of great people and businesses in the community that have helped us sponsor the individual concerts. Companies like JM Eagle, they manufacture plastic pipe out at the airport. Desert Highlands Care Center has been one of the sponsors for our concerts. Monica Bush Investments has sponsored several of our concerts. So as you can see, we really have a lot of support from not only businesses in the community, but individual people, and then people who've stepped forward to help us with things like, you know, Doris designing our logo, things that we would have had to pay for if we didn't have the great support. Yeah, a lot of in-kind services that made it so that we could offer these concerts for a very, very small cost, be able to pay the musicians, so that they get reimbursed for the services they provide. We felt that was really important.
Do you take donations?
We take donations, absolutely. We take donations actually at the concerts. We always have a donation jar.
Okay.
And people from the audience, you'd be surprised at the number of dollar bills and $5 bills that get put in those
sure.
jars. And that really does help us a lot. And the fact that, you know, you can put money in that jar or you cannot. It depends on what you have, you know, what you are able to do.
Right.
We want people to know that these concerts are free, and they're free because of these great sponsors we have. If they feel or have the extra money to help us with some of our other expenses, we really appreciate them giving us donations.
So if somebody wanted to send a donation to you, where would they send that? Is it on your website?
It's on our website. They would
Okay.
need to go to our website, and there's information there on how to contact us. And we have had some people send us donations to help us with this group, because this, like I said, has been, we've had a lot of support from the community. And because of that support, we've been able to continue. And it makes me feel really proud of this community, because like you said, culture and the arts is one of the things that Kingman really lacks.
Yes.
And this fills a small part of that void. I wish there were 20 organizations and groups like mine putting on all kinds of different programs. Right. And maybe someday there will be. And maybe we'll set an example for some other groups that want to try to get off the ground.
Well, there was a lot of planning that went into it your first year.
Yeah,
so
I think that was really helped us be successful. That spending that, even though it was kind of frustrating, we wanted to get a concert started. The time we took to plan and to put together the group, the list of different performers, you'd be surprised how long that takes to put together.
Oh, yeah.
And we've shared that list with other organizations, groups like the Wine Cellar, who has performers there. We've shared that list with them. We've shared that list with Josh at the Powerhouse, so that anybody who's looking for that information can get that information. And anybody in the public who wants that information, that list of performers that we have, if you'd contact us through our website, we'd be more than happy to share that.
Right. Well, having the experience for 3 years,
Right.
4 years, now you've applied for a 501c3,
Absolutely.
which is appropriate.
Yes, it is.
You
It was a
need-
big step for us. And really what that does is it opens the doors for us to work with groups outside of Kingman. By becoming our own standalone nonprofit, we'll be able to work with things like the Arizona Commission on the Arts and the Arizona Humanities Council. Those are two organizations that get state and federal funding to help artists. And because when we become officially, we've already applied, when we officially get our nonprofit status, we'll be able to work through them to get some grants and also have access to some of the programs they have where they pay their performers. And we're hoping that what will happen is we'll be able to bring in performers from outside of Kingman and expand our market because we'll have access to those groups and those funding sources. So that's really our next step to becoming a lot larger. And we hope to just continue to grow and offer different types of performances, not just music, like I said, maybe some plays, maybe some short stories. There's all different kinds, dance, all different parts of the arts that we would like to offer to Kingman. So,
where are those groups located? Are they located in Arizona? So
they're
you're getting
Phoenix.
state grants.
It's state. They get state and federal money.
Okay.
But they're distributed by the Arizona Commission on the Arts is a state agency. They get money from the federal government and also from the state, and then they distribute it. And same with the Arizona Humanities Council.
Okay. So then, once you get your 501c3 status, then you'll be able to get revenue from your grant.
Right.
As well as donations.
Right.
And you don't charge membership.
No, we don't charge any kind of.
Because you just have a committee.
We just have a committee set together. We don't charge any kind of membership.
Okay.
The members of the committee don't pay membership, but they work real hard.
Oh, I know they do.
So, there's a
they
lot of
do.
work to putting together a concert, to getting the publicity put together, working with the different groups, coordinating with Parks and Rec to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So it's a lot of work, but it's sure a lot of fun.
Right. Well, and you do a budget. You'll do a budget every year.
We do a budget every year. That's right. And hopefully that budget will have more zeros on the end of it as we move forward. Okay. Like I said, this opportunity for us to work with the Humanities Council and the Arizona Commission on the Arts really will put us...
Big benefit.
Big benefit, really widen what we can offer to the community. So I'm looking forward to it.
We're running out of time. Tell us real fast the days of the concerts again. The
Okay,
dates.
April the 14th from 2 to 4 is Paint Me Rejected, sponsored by Nucor Steel. And then May the 19th from 2 to 4 is Monkey Business, sponsored by Mission Bank. You can go to our website for the rest of the information.
Okay, thank you very much, Robin.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have you on my show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
I thank my audience today for joining me on TV 57 Community Chest.